thing. And then as we see Caesar run, we see the apes on the side ready to jump on him, and it creates that threat. I wish, again, and it doesn't matter, but I wish that they had given them that extra week, 2 weeks to shoot this kind of sequence, because it's just so poorly executed that, to me, that actually makes it comedic then when they start lighting the fires and piling the bodies. To your point, I don't understand why you pile bodies. If you're in a revolution, do you need to take the time to pile bodies to clean the streets?
Right. I mean, if you're pulling them out of a spot you need to get into and tossing them into the street, sure. Right. If they're in the command center, they're tossing bodies at the command center because
if you're getting rid of them, but clear stuff out. But you're in the streets, It
is. Of course, I mentioned this 2 weeks ago. We're off of Dane's script in terms of the choreography of what he had written down, and they're just kind of winging it. In fact, the next little bit, the rest of this week is a little bit of winging it until we get to like Thursday and Friday when it gets back on Dane's script.
So, I mean, if you recall, what kind of different stuff as a narrative goes along in Dane's script to tell about the revolution?
Well, I mean, we're at this point in the script. Dane is moving towards the command center, running, dodging. Caesar and his commando group reach the safety of an entry ramp to the command post building, and then it's kind of like how they take down various guards. At this point, the minutes before, the minutes before was the tear gas. Only a few apes have masks. He teaches them how to hold their breath, and then they're at the command center shortly just after that. Once they get past the tear gas, so all this is just kind of made up.
Okay. Well, I get why it's made up, and I get why they probably were like, let's just tell this stuff so we can blaze through this, but.
And they're probably a lot more inspired by riots at the time and trying to evoke that. And Dane has a couple of those moments in there, but not pulled out quite this much. And they've got these nights, they've got these times. They're trying to figure out what to do at nighttime, so let's build bigger riots, I guess.
I think that one thing that strikes me, too, with the fire is that every moment that we've had that I can think of to this point, fire has been something the apes have shied from. Even whenever they're learning, they're still like, timid. It would have been nice to see at least one or two of the apes in the fire moment still doing that and somebody encouraging them. I thought they could throw bodies on the fire. That would have, even though it's disgusting and you're going to get the awful smell,
well,
it would have been
in our
more
version, we've
dramatic.
already had a body on fire, so that would not be something new.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're still thinking they're getting a G out of this film, they might have pulled some of that back too.
Well, I think that when we get to Friday, you completely see why the G rating was a fallacy. And I bet in your version, you don't have what we have on Friday.
Maybe this might be true. Yeah.
Well, you know what? As far as fire goes, our missing element, the orangutans, why aren't they? Should maybe be the ones in control of fire. Like they're more calm and involved around it than the apes are. So the gorillas are. The gorillas are more wild, so they're more scared of it. The orangutans are more centered, so that they can understand it and control it more.
They're definitely.
We have no orangutans.
Well, we have gorillas and chimpanzees and a few orangutans in this. They're definitely not in this particular movie defining their roles and class systems.
They're just a mob, yeah.
Right. They're not trying to even set any of that up right now in terms of the roles of these particular groups.
Well,
hey, but both of y'all have seen The Untouchables, right?
Years ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, y'all remember that scene with Sean Connery who was talking about the Chicago way, and he goes, they come at you with a knife, you come at them with a gun. And then he goes, they come at you with a gun, you come at them with a bench.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. What are the apes doing coming at them with a bench when the guards can just shoot them?
Wait, is today the bench or is tomorrow the bench?
Today's the bench.
Okay.
That's probably a discrepancy of a few seconds where you're different. By the way, when you grab your mouse, so today Richard's background is Governor Beck. And when
your hand disappears.
Actually, when he grabs his mouse, it looks like you're grabbing Beck's shoulder, his fore shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're putting it there, sort of going, hi.
It's okay, Beck.
It's okay.
Everything will be
It's
all
okay.
right. It'll work out.
sweetheart.
It's all going to
okay.
work out
It's
for
okay.
you, and then not really. No, I'm sorry.
I didn't even think about that. It does look like it, doesn't it?
I just look at first. I didn't know what you were doing, and I thought, why is he grabbing him? And I went, oh, and then I heard a click.
It's my mouse.
So, anybody got anything else? I mean, this minute really is a succession of riot footage. I don't think there's much else to discuss.
Beating guards, a little bit of a bonfire.
Bonfires.
Just more chaos. I'll bring it up tomorrow. I'll bring up the next one tomorrow.
Again, when you're watching it in order and it builds, it is exciting. It's a lot of fun footage. They obviously, I would think, had a blast shooting this at night with fire and fake sugar glass breaking everywhere. But that's all we got to discuss.
I just happened to pause it at one spot, and one of the apes is bent over. His pants are hiked up a little bit. They're actually wearing just like red shoes and red socks.
Yeah, I read
I'm
that
just
somewhere.
imagining apes putting on red socks somewhere.
In production notes that, first off, the costumes are borrowed from some other film, and I'd have to look up where those came from. But they decided to cut the production of the ape shoes, which we've already discussed, simply because it would be too much money.
So many of them,
and it just became almost like some kind of sneakers with the appropriate colored sock.
Yeah,
It's fine, that if that's what you're doing, might as well go for the sneaker look.
Do you think the big pile of guards was actual people at the bottom, and did they get stunt pay?
I would think surely all those people on the bottom are dummies.
So you think just the two people on top are the real people?
I would think so. Anyway, if that's it, then I'm going to let Sean look at the dummies and say that's it for today. Go out there, follow us on social media. If you've got friends that you think would enjoy this podcast, please pass along the word. We've got so many of you that take the time to share this out on social media on a regular basis, and it does help. We see those numbers grow all the time that we would appreciate even more. So, for Richard and Sean, I'm Todd. Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The Minute of the Apes.